So we know that after June 21st, the perpendicular rays move towards the south until they get to the equator. So the perpendicular rays move towards the south till they get to the equator. And what date is that? That will be September 22nd. Now, what season will it be here, where we are? You can see the perpendicular rays are here. So, it will be very hot here, isn't it? And here, it will be very hot. So, we are going to change this now. Because the perpendicular rays are here, right at the equator. So, it will be very hot here as well. So the north tropical area and the south tropical area be very, very hot. September 22nd. What about this temperate zone? The south temperate zone. What season would it be here in the south temperate zone? It will be their spring. It will be their spring. So we'll remove this and exchange it for this to show that in the south temperate zone it will be their spring. And when it is spring in the south temperate zone, what season will it be in the north temperate zone? It will be opposite of what they have here, isn't it? So if it's spring here, it means that it will be autumn here in the north temperate zone. So we'll exchange this for brown to show that it's autumn in the north temperate zone, or their fall. Now let's look at the frigid zone. Here, the frigid zone, south frigid zone, it will no longer be Arctic winter because the perpendicular rays have come closer. So it will no more be Arctic winter. It will just be their winter. And here in the north frigid zone is no more their summer. It will just be their winter, early winter setting in. So this is a picture of the different zones of the earth on September 22nd. Well, we know that those perpendicular rays keep on moving, hitting the earth towards the south. So, by the time we get to here, the Tropic of Capricorn, what will the seasons be at the different parts of the earth? So the Tropic of, when they are here, the Tropic of Capricorn, we know that that's December 22nd. So, can you figure out the different zones in terms of their seasons, what seasons will they be? Now, when the perpendicular rays are here, we know that this part of the earth will be very, very hot. Very, very hot. So, we leave this dark red here. But then, because the perpendicular rays are now here, this not tropical zone will be hot. It will be hot. And because the perpendicular rays are here, also here, the south temperate zone will be hot. So let's change it. And now here, because the perpendicular rays are here, the Tropic of Capricorn, here in the south Frigid Zone, they'll be having their summer. That's the day when their sun here will never set. They have their summer here. And then here, right here at the North Frigid Zone, what season will they have? Because the perpendicular rays are so far away, here they are going to be having their very, very cold winter, Arctic winter. So we see on December 22nd, we see the different seasons of the earth, the different zones of the earth on December 22nd. But then there's something you have not changed here, because the perpendicular rays are here. Here in the northern hemisphere, they are going to have their own winter. When they have their summer here, we know that here they have their winter. So we need to change that. So this is actually how it will be, the different zones. On December 22nd, this is how this will be the different seasons of the different zones of the earth. But then we know that after December 22nd, the perpendicular rays begin to move towards the north until they get to the equator. And what date will that be? I want you to figure that out. I'm sure you got that. That will be March 21st. So now I want you to figure out the different seasons of the earth, or the different seasons in the different zones of the earth on March 22nd. I want you to figure that out. We know that on March 22nd, March 21st. Now I want you to figure that out. Okay, so now let's do it together. I'm sure you got it. When the perpendicular rays are here, we know for sure that this area, just as here, will also be very, very hot. So we'll exchange this for dark red. So the tropical, the north tropical area and the south tropical area will be very, very hot. And then here, rather than their winter, when they have winter, what will they have here? They will now have summer. So we'll use this to show that is their, actually their spring rather. This is their spring. They will have their spring here because the perpendicular rays are here. Here actually, it's not summer, they have their spring here. And when they have their spring here in the northern hemisphere, in the southern hemisphere, what will they have? Of course, the opposite. They will have their autumn or fall. So we'll exchange. And then what about here? In the south frigid zone, what season are they going to have? They're going to have their winter. So we use this to show have their winter. What about in the north frigid zone? The same way, they're going to have their winter setting in too. So on March 21st, we see how the different zones will be in terms of their various seasons. On March 21st. So it's now your own turn to work with this chart as shown, showing the different seasons in different parts of the world, different zones, depending on the dates of the year.